Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we're shining today.
From the heart of New York City,
It's Today with Jenna
and Sheinelle.
We got it. Yeah, we're shining today.
With today's guest co-host, Willie Geist, plus legendary talk show host, Arsenio Hall.
Everything feels alright with Jenna and Sheinelle. We're shining today.
Hey, everybody. It is Friday. It is April the 3rd. Sheinelle is off. My co-host today is my friend, Willie Geist. And it's...
Thank you. By the way, can we just share, when we saw Arsenio's name, we both instinctively went to the dog pound. I mean, I love that man. That was my high school era.
Yes.
He changed the game.
Yes.
He was talking about the music and the movies that we were watching as young people. He's amazing.
And when I like the fact that we remember that however many years later is so incredible.
He left his mark.
We're going to have a great conversation. First of all, we just have to say we're glad that the Shacket made a return.
Shackett's back.
It's Shacket weather. And by the way, you know, this happened sort of subconsciously, but I think I put on a girl shacket.
Yeah, like a short sleeve shacket.
I put on a short sleeve shacket,
I like your shacket
in response to seeing your shacket, which we got you on the show.
This, some viewers may remember last year I was peer pressured into wearing shackets. But this is a nice shacket.
Now, have you worn that shacket again?
Here's the answer. It's like you set me up for this. I was going to say no, and then I was reaching in here for my glasses before, and I found a ticket to a Knicks game I went to. There it is.
We're going to do it all day instead of clapping. I love that. I love that. That's a perfect Knicks. Well, by the way, it's the color of the Knicks.
Great.
But we're so happy that Willie's here because we have some big celebrating. Sunday today is 10 years old.
Can't believe it.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Can't believe it. Yeah. It's amazing because we started with kind of a blank slate 10 years ago. This time, it was like you could do anything and make anything. And our first guest ever, I'm always eternally grateful to him, Leslie Odom Jr. He was playing Burr in Hamilton at the height of Hamilton Mania. That's our first show. So he's kind of one of our founding
By the way, you look
too.
Almost exactly the same.
Oh, you're just saying that.
The 10 years have been good to you, Willie Geist.
You're just saying it.
So the anniversary show is on April 12th.
Yes.
You know what I'm reflecting on, which I think is so cool, is that CBS Sunday Morning was this institution. Your dad was on the show.
Yeah.
And then Willie has kind of made his own mark because I see so many people who are like, I love that Willie Geist. I turn it on every Sunday. He's the best interviewer. I mean, I just had that conversation with somebody.
Thank you. That's nice to say. I mean, we took inspiration from CBS Sunday Morning, and I always say that. It's such a beautiful, well-done show, and they take the time on a Sunday to tell stories.
Yes.
So we kind of tried to do our own little bit different version of that.
But isn't that kind of cool?
It's amazing. And there was a while before my dad retired that you could look up on two monitors and see me on one on NBC and my dad on the other on CBS. So there is like a cool story to that. And we're just so grateful to all these people who've become our family in this audience, and they send in their yellow mug shots from around the world.
I've taken yellow mug shots.
Yes, you have, from your events.
Not just actual mug shots. I've done that too.
Well,
but I've taken...
there's that. Well, that wasn't one of today's topics.
Now, what's your favorite interview over the years?
That's such a hard one. I think we've done like 400 over the years.
Wow.
I do often come back to Al Pacino just because he's Al Pacino and doesn't do a lot of interviews. You don't see him a lot.
Gosh.
And we hopped in a drop-top convertible and drove around Beverly Hills. And when you're driving a car and you pull up to a red light and you look to the right and you see Al Pacino, it really is like an out-of-body experience.
Yes.
And there was one woman next to us at the light. She looked over and she goes, Al Pacino? He goes, yes, we're making a movie. It's called Willie and Al. That he just started like, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
that's Al Pacino.
So cool.
That he even knew my name was amazing. So.
Well, you're such a good storyteller. Your whole team has created something super special.
Thanks,
We
Jenna.
watch it in our house. There was, this is how crazy it is. I remember, which shows you my brain capacity, that we once talked about it hosting one of these shows, and I was like, Peppa Pig tries to win out. Now my kids aren't even up. You know?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing, and you're good to point out our team. It's like small but incredible, smart, creative, hardworking people. So thank you for mentioning it. 10 years.
Well, shall we talk about Charlie Puth?
Yes, always.
All right. Well, and you've interviewed him for the show, but he's got a lot of new things in his life. His new album, Whatever's Clever, I don't know that he calls it that. I'm not sure why I went straight up
That was like
New Jersey
SNL,
Housewife.
Mike Myers,
I
like
know.
Linda Richmond.
It just
Coffee talk.
dropped. So did his music video Sideways with Coco Jones, and he's celebrating becoming a first-time dad to son Jude, who was born on March 13th.
Named after Hey Jude, the great Beatles
Yes.
song, of course. He is an incredible musician. There he is with Jude while he plays the piano. When I interviewed him, there's a piano in the room, and he said one of his ways of coping with anxiety is just to go to music. So he walked in the room before we even talked and just went to the piano
Oh my
and started
gosh.
playing. And he was so smart and just a savant
Yes,
with music.
yeah.
He
He's
can-
also a great songwriter.
He's incredible, and this album's really good. And he talks about like this kind of being dad music. He told me it was like Yacht Rock 2026, and he was very proud of that. So it got us thinking about dad music or mom music.
Yes.
Do you have mom music that your kids
Well,
have adopted?
I mean, yes, because I loved like the Taylor Swift, like that sort of Evermore. Was that the name of it? No.
Paramore?
No, not Paramore.
Oh, her album.
Her album, Evermore. During the pandemic, I listened to it over and over. Brandy Carlisle. Like I like
Ooh,
folky.
love Brandy.
Folky. I know you love Brandy.
I do. Like a lot.
We need to say we both
love
love
Brandy
Brandy
Carlisle.
very much.
Yes.
What about you? What's your dad tune? Your dad tunes aren't typical dad tunes.
Well, I go to 90s hip hop. And
Yeah.
when I was in high school, OPP was coming up
Yes.
by Naughty by Nature. They were from New Jersey. We were from New Jersey. Then they had a bunch of other songs. So it's kind of this era. Then you get a little bit later into Jay-Z
Yes.
and Biggie and
Yes.
all those guys. So,
Yeah.
But luckily,
Tupac, do you love Tupac the way that Henry
too.
did?
Love Tupac, yeah.
Loves.
And they, my kids aren't like, no, that's dad music. They like it, which
Yeah.
is great. That's like the foundation of the hip hop they listen to now.
Yes,
They kinda get that.
exactly.
So, and then we listen to a lot of country in our house. And then my son George is a musician, and he has incredible taste in like highbrow
Yes.
music.
Kind of
that-
undercut, like, not so known.
Exactly.
artists.
They're not on the charts, but they're just amazing musicians.
When
so.
your kid says something like that, are you like, okay, yeah, good. You're cool.
Yes.
You're very cool.
Exactly.
And well-rounded.
You're cool. I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a song you're hearing in
this
your house quite a bit.
Well, I don't know why we're saying this. Hal really loves this song, I'm Blue. I'm blue, da-da-dee-da-da-da. But he also loves this version,
It's the remix, yeah.
freaking night of my life. But he likes to say it sometimes with the real word, which is not appropriate
Oh, no, Hal.
for a
Come on now,
kindergartner.
Hal.
But the other day I was in his room, like getting his room ready for bed. He was in the shower and he was just blasting it out. I'm blue, da-da-dee-da-da-da. And I'm like, where does this come from? Because Hank Hager is not blasting.
Right. That's interesting. Where
no.
did he hear it? BB Rex's version.
I don't know.
Because I remember the original
Yes.
Blue,
Well,
blah,
that's
blah,
what
bee,
he
blah,
sings
blah,
too.
in like 98, 99.
That's his favorite.
in the clubs in
Bluest
Atlanta.
man in the bluest.
Yes. Yeah, then the talking part
Yes,
and
yeah.
then back to the chorus.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great tune.
Who knows? Okay, well, there's a new restaurant dress code debate that is grabbing headlines. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse reminded customers on its website that hats, gym wear, pool attire, tank tops, revealing clothing, or exposed undergarments are all banned from their dining room.
Fair enough. Hey, gang, let's not wear our bathing suits to Ruth's Chris. You're getting the bone-in ribeye. What's controversial about that?
I know. Well,
Social media doesn't like being told what to wear,
No.
apparently, to Ruth's Chris, which is
No.
a nice restaurant. Chili's, on the other hand, seized on this, posting, the only dress code at Chili's is that you have to be dressed. Come on in. Come as you are. Which those are two different restaurants, it's
there
fair
are.
to say. So they can each have their own dress code.
we're definitely in a time where people don't dress the way they used to.
know.
We're going to sound like our grandparents.
No, I really feel that way, though.
Yeah.
On airplanes,
Yes.
church is
Yes.
another one. I don't want to call people out, but
No.
I'm glad they're at church.
And
but,
even
like,
my kids wear jeans to church, and I would
Yeah.
never have been able to wear jeans to church. But also, I want to say something, and I'm also like, you know what? God loves jeans.
Yes, that's right.
God's okay with jeans.
He's glad you're in the house.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
That's
You
exactly
know?
right. I do feel like I'm trying to fight it. It's like a one-man battle.
Yes.
So like when I fly, maybe it's like an overdress.
Like, what
and
happens?
Christina will be like, where are you going? Dressed like, Don Draper and Mad Men kind of.
Do you wear your little hat?
I should have a little hat.
Let's wear
shouldn't
your
I?
little flying cap.
Yeah, I go way the other way to try to compensate for what I'm seeing.
Like you're
on
wearing the
plane.
blazer and then you're sweating, and the person next to you in a jersey is like, what's your problem?
Yeah, he's good in his flip-flops.
All right, well, we've got a great show for you today. As we said, legendary comedian and host Arsenio Hall is here. He's revealing the ups and downs of his remarkable career in a brand new memoir.
It's a good book. But up first, we'll solve some of those guy code dilemmas.
That's up to you, bro.
Okay, I got the shacket. I'm ready. Be right back.
All right, Willie, it's time to share some words of wisdom with our viewers.
That's right. We're ready for another edition of
Guy Code. All right, here's the first one, Willie. My brother-in-law, Tommy, and his wife, Kathy, have 2 kids. Tommy wants to attend his best friend's bachelor party, but it will be his 3rd guy's trip this year. Kathy already thinks he goes away too much. How many guy weekends are you entitled to a year?
First of all, I think keeping score is a dangerous game.
Yes.
In any relationship, I feel like Christina and I are good at not doing that.
Yes.
Well, you went there, so I get to go here. That's not how a relationship works. I think if it's his best friend, he's going.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If it's a bachelor party for his best friend, he's going to go. And I think 3 is a very reasonable number for a year.
Totally, and not to tit for tat, but whenever Henry's like, hey, can I go on this golf trip or whatever, I'm always like, yeah. Because guess what? When I want it, not that we're like, hey, I'm going to hold this against it, but then I'm like, hey, I'm going on this.
Exactly.
And it's all good.
And if our bases are covered at home, go ahead, enjoy yourself, be with your friends. It's healthy for your relationship too.
Did Gavin put that question in?
Yes, thank you, Willie and Jenna.
You're free.
Gavin put that question in.
Go for it.
I knew it.
Good luck.
I knew it. He likes to go to Vegas. Okay, I trusted Pete. I know where he's going. He's going to the Sphere. All right, I trusted Pete with a private story about some drama in my wife's family. Guess what Pete did? Pete told his wife, who let it slip to mine. Do I confront Pete? And how do I make it up to my wife?
Pete, bro, you call Pete. What are you doing?
Yes.
This is Guy Code. The 2 of us, we shared that. I didn't have anywhere else to go with it. I told you I thought it was safe in your hands. I can't really trust you anymore.
Ooh, you're going to drop that hammer?
Well, just so for the next time, let's keep that locked up. Let's keep it in the vault. You know what I mean?
And as how you make it up to your wife, there's many ways to do that. It depends on her love language. You could take her to a nice meal. You could buy her some nice flowers. If she's a gift giver, get her that dress she's been eyeing. Many, many ways.
I feel bad. I'm going to send you on a spa weekend. Bless you.
You know how they say you don't sneeze on TV? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if that was part of this. Bless you.
Sorry.
Let me read.
Go ahead.
This is the last one. We were at karaoke. My guy friend Chris signed up for a duet with my girlfriend Beth.
Whoa.
They crushed and definitely had chemistry. I'm mad at Chris. Didn't he break Guy Code? No, they did Islands in the Stream.
Yeah.
I bet. I'm just guessing,
No,
but I'm pretty sure
they
that's
did,
what they did.
100%.
That's what you do for a duet.
Yeah.
And they had a little moment, and I think it was
But also,
stage chemistry.
it's not Chris's fault that he has Riz.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Chris's fault.
Chris
Don't
can't
blame
help
it on Chris. You got to get in there and start to sing another duet. What else can you
you're
sing?
showing like a little weakness there. I have to say, if you're worried about that, it shows a lack of self-confidence in you and confidence in your relationship.
Yeah, no girls like that.
So try a different one. Maybe like a Ja Rule Ashanti song.
Ooh, I
like
love that idea.
Right? Yeah, okay.
All right, coming up.
Comedian, late night legend, Arsenio Hall is here. We're going to take a look inside his new memoir. That's next.
Legend Arsenio Hall had us all laughing alongside Eddie Murphy in the hit movie Coming to America. And in 1989, he burst onto the late night scene with the Arsenio Hall Show. It quickly became a pop culture phenomenon, and it changed TV forever.
And now Arsenio has given us an exclusive backstage pass into his life and his career in a new book called Arsenio, a Memoir. Arsenio Hall, we are so happy. We've been waiting all day.
We
for
have
this.
been talking about this all day. This memoir is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And you really do reveal a lot about your life. You say that part of what was hard is that you didn't remember all your stories, but you got to connect with all these family and friends and dive into this exceptional life.
I had to call my mother more than I like to.
Look at your mother.
Your beautiful mother.
Yeah. And you know what? Your granddad is mentioned in this book.
I know.
Because, you know, back in the day, my mother was a Democrat. My dad was a Republican. You know, my dad used to talk about Nixon foreign policy, and my mom would say, Kennedy is so fine. And, so I heard both sides.
Yes.
And when I did Bill Clinton,
which was a big moment in that campaign.
With the
because
sax.
We all can
92.
remember it. He came on your show.
There it is.
He played the sax. He has said that was sort of a turning point in the campaign where, for some of y'all that weren't alive, he went on to beat my grandfather.
Yeah, and you know, it was a time in politics when we saw it changing. When I was growing up, on Sunday morning, you campaigned on a television show. Now you have to do everything from Charlemagne the God to Jimmy Kimmel to run for office. And I think I was a part of
that was probably the first time.
Yeah, that people sought out that young demo.
Yeah.
And I remember pitching your granddad's camp because I wanted to do both sides.
Yes.
I wanted to show young people both sides because I grew up hearing and learning both sides. And we heard from a gentleman named Marlon Fitzwater, if you remember that name, who was saying, no way.
Although what a mistake. And what's crazy is that Bill Clinton became like a second son to my father.
That's cool.
They became very close friends. So you open the memoir with this scene from the Emmys. You talk about how you were kind of like nervous to go in, but really all of these, Trevor Noah and all these guys said to you, like, you're our hero.
Yeah, because once again, I don't know, I'm a shy kid, I'm a recluse, and going into that environment, I always feel like an outsider.
Even now?
Coming in, oh yeah. I mean, I saw Kelsey Grammer and Ted Danson talking, and I used to share an office on the Paramount lot where Cheers was.
Yeah.
And, but I saw them, and I wanted to run up and hug them, but I just walked by, and I'm that guy. But to go inside and to have John Oliver know you.
Yes.
And to have Trevor Noah say, holding an Emmy, I'm not even here without what you did, dog. And that felt good, and I was able to go home and smoke a joint happily.
That's good, better than unhappily, you know what I mean?
Well, Arsenio, I want to say that those guys speak for an entire generation of us. I was coming up in high school when your show premiered in '89. And I liked late night TV and I liked SNL, but it felt a little, some of it, like it was for my dad, maybe. And that's no disrespect to them, to Johnny Carson, all them.
Yeah.
And then you came out and you were having on the movie stars and the movies I liked, and you were having on the musicians
Madonna.
of the records I was listening to.
Speaking of a G thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But a G.
Snoop, Tupac, Tribe Called Quest, all that stuff.
Fun.
And you brought that.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Of course, Michael Jackson. So was that a concerted thing for you to say, I grew up loving The Tonight Show and I respect that, but I want to do something a little different?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I used to love to go to lunch with people I idolized because that was college for me, to sit with Larry King or to sit with Don Cornelius. And I remember somebody saying to me, get your own audience. As a matter of fact, Ed McMahon told me, he said, Johnny likes you. And I'm like, really? Because at that time, I was hosting for Joan Rivers because she had quit, and I'm doing the last 11 weeks of her contract at Fox. And Ed McMahon at lunch said, Johnny loves you because you're doing something different. And a lot of people have come into late night trying to be the next Johnny.
Yes.
And I didn't want Alan King or Stephen Eady. I wanted Dr. Dre and Q-Tip and Busta Rhymes, which was a problem because I probably could have gone a more conventional route and been in a position to maybe inherit Johnny's audience when he left. But I think I'd rather do 6 years with what I love than 20 years just trying to conform. And I love my career. I love my history.
And the irony of that, Arsenio, is what you were bringing the audience became the mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
Shortly thereafter,
it's what we're all doing now.
You helped make that the mainstream.
I remember going to a studio and trying to talk Snoop into doing television. And Snoop said to me, yo, dog, I don't want to lose my street cred. And
now look.
Now he's more popular than Lassie. He is the most popular dog in history and didn't want to do television. He came on and freestyled. I didn't even know what that was. Dr. Dre called me and said, he's going to freestyle. And I'm like, okie dokie.
One of the reasons your show really worked was because as a viewer, I thought, oh, he really knows these people. And I know you worked hard at building those relationships. Eddie is the most prominent, Eddie Murphy, and there are some amazing Eddie Murphy stories in this book.
Amazing.
But Prince is another one.
Yeah.
And he wanted to see, I need to know what people are listening to in the clubs.
Oh, yeah.
And you take him out.
Yeah, I told him, because you know, when you're in New York, you can party till 4 in the morning. In LA, it pretty much shuts down about 2:30.
Yeah.
And I told him about an after-hours club. And I said, but it's illegal. You know, they serve liquor. It's a house down in the hood. There are pit bulls and a fence, and they have to let you in. And I said, but you can see at 4 in the morning what strippers dance to when they finish work. And people, late night people, would come to this place and party, and he wanted to go. So I took him, and we hung out, and he just sat and watched what moved people and watched what the DJ in this after hours club kind of played. Prince, you know what? Great musician. There are a lot of things we can say about him. I think what people don't know about him is he had a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was hosting the MTV Awards and Prince performed with no butt in his pants. And it was really famous, you know.
Yes.
And I did jokes about it in my monologue after I got back to my show. Prince sends me a box about this big 2 days later, no, 2 weeks later, actually. And in that box was a suit. I take the suit out and I'm like, this is cool. I got a Prince and the Revolution suit because it had the symbols on it and everything. And my assistant said, turn it around. I turned it around. There was no ass, no leg. There was nothing in the back. He has a great sense of humor.
Oh, my God, I love that. We loved you. We talked about your friendship with Eddie Murphy. We loved you in Coming to America. It's a classic film.
Wow.
But we read in your book that it almost didn't happen.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, multiple times.
Yeah, we had just once we had a bump in the road where Paramount called me and they said, we're worried because we think John Landis just quit. And I'm like, ouch, you know, but they worked it out.
They worked it out.
As we always do.
You were part of that working out.
Well, I'm not a part of anything, but I did go to Eddie's house with a joint. And I was like, let's just relax. You know, but
and what was unfortunate, you were interrupted. That phone call. We'll get into that.
in the book.
In the book.
Yeah, well, in the book. So you need to read the book to find that out.
It was a rude interruption.
We have to talk about you as a little boy, because when you
I was about to have my first menage a trois when Paramount called me, and I had to leave. But the ladies had fun without me.
And they
That's
were patient.
my fault.
And they were patient.
They
were patient. Wait, now I'm transitioning to when you were a young boy. But the first thing you said when you sat on this couch was that writing this memoir, you were going back to like thinking about yourself as a little kid in the basement. This was your dream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and one of the reasons I wrote the book and one of the things I like about the way it came out is if you dream and work hard, you can manifest your dream into reality. You know, if you have kids who have a dream, know what they want and help them chase that dream. You know, I remember when Alan Thicke or Gloria Loren would come to the show separately, they had a kid, and this kid had an interest in R&B.
Yeah.
Robin Thicke
knew
what he wanted when he was this tall. You know, I put Bruno Mars on when Bruno Mars was this big. And he knew what he wanted, you know, and he worked hard and he got it. So dream, because dreams come true with a little hard work.
With hard work. That's so beautiful.
All right, Arsenio's going to
We
stick
could
around.
sit
Got a
and
little
talk
game
forever.
to play?
Yeah, we're going to play.
Oh, we're playing a game?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
playing
we're
a
going to
game.
play Don't Look Back right after this.
Oh, not as fun as those other games you play.
We are having the best time with legendary comedian and host Arsenio Hall, who just released a great book. It is called Arsenio, a Memoir. He stuck around to play one of our favorite games. It's called
Don't Look Back.
Oh, yes, that's a good title.
You like it?
One of my favorite songs by the Temptations is called Don't Look Back. So this is
There you
perfect.
go.
Okay,
There you
good.
go.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work, Arsenio. You're going to go stand on that little pedestal with your back to the monitor. Photos are going to pop up, and we are going to have to give you clues. Okay, and you'll guess who they are. Each round is 45 seconds. I guess I will go first.
Good luck, Jenna.
Thank you. You know what? Thank you for that sportsmanship. The first category is late night host.
Uh-oh.
I know. Okay, 45 seconds on the clock. Lock in. We got this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Jack Parr. Sorry.
He's this guy across the street.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, exactly. You talked about him earlier. He came on CBS. He was during your time.
The great David Letterman.
Yes, exactly. We also talked about him earlier. He was on Comedy Central. He said you were his hero. South African.
Trevor Noah.
Yes.
I almost said Jon Stewart.
Oh, you also talked about her earlier. You filled in for her for 11 weeks.
Oh, Joan Rivers.
Yes, let's go.
Joan Rivers.
Let's go. You also talked about him earlier. He did the Tonight Show early on.
Jay Leno.
No, before.
Before. Johnny Carson,
Yes,
the king of all late night.
Exactly. You.
Oh, what?
You.
Me, I'm Arsenio.
Yes, let's go. That was pretty good. 6.
The person standing there is one of the clues.
Well, he's
and
one.
you just
He's
point
a
at the
legend.
person.
He's a legend. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Now,
Now I have the
Willie,
more difficult categories.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Comedians. You're a famous comedian.
Yes.
Willie knows a lot of them.
Semi-famous.
Very
famous.
Okay.
45 seconds. Let's go.
Okay.
Jumanji movies, shorter. Sorry, buddy.
Mr. Hart.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Thank you. Sorry, Kev. I love you. One of your dear friends coming to America on your show all the time. One of your best friends coming to
Eddie
America.
Murphy.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yes. Boy, wouldn't it be terrible if I missed that one?
Why are we doing that?
Jerry.
Thank you.
Jerry
Yes.
Seinfeld.
Yes.
Why is Willie doing that?
Iconic woman stand-up, had a talk show. It was the most popular show for ages, for many, many years. Just stopped doing it a couple of years ago. Blonde hair, woman, big talk show with a studio audience, daytime talk show.
Oh, Oprah?
Blonde hair, blonde hair woman stand-up.
Ellen.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ellen. Oh, God.
If only I had Arsenio and I could have pointed at him.
Arsenio, you're the best.
You're the greatest.
I like that.
you.
Can I take this podium?
Yes.
Please, it's yours.
Yes.
I'd like to be a little above everyone else.
Yes.
We are going to give you that podium.
It's a parting
You won
gift.
It. You guys, pick up the copy of Arsenio, a memoir, at today.com/books, or go to your local indie bookstore.
Look at the rotation. on
What's
Arsenio.
happening? You're
Amazing.
just slowly
Coming up, the hottest movies, shows, entertainment to watch this weekend. That's next. Thank you, sir.
Those are people who make...
If y'all are looking for a thrilling movie or juicy show for the weekend, we've got you covered.
NBC News entertainment contributor and founder of Pop Viewers, Chris Witherspoon, is here with our Weekend Watch List. Hello, Chris.
Okay, the first one, all the kids are talking about it. I actually have to say I've seen it.
Okay. Oh,
we went to it. Yeah, we went to it. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's from our sister company, Universal. It's in theaters. It's excellent. What are people saying?
I mean, the kids are excited, and me, okay? It's based on a game that came out back in 2007 that I played on Nintendo Wii, but it's a sequel to the film that came out in 2023 that did huge at the box office, over $1 billion.
Wow.
So expectations are really high, but you got the OG cast again, people like Chris Pratt, Anna Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, who had that Bowser song that went viral that I love, Peaches. Also Donald Glover as Yoshi, Brie Larson as Rosalina, and Glenn Powell. The cast is stacked, and he kind of goes beyond Magic Mushroom Kingdom to find Princess Peaches.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be big, but I don't think anyone knew it was going to be $1 billion movie last time.
Phenomenon.
It's crazy.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah. All right, let's turn and look at Zendaya and Robert Pattinson getting together for something called The Drama.
It is the kind of rom-dram of the year that folks have been waiting for. It's Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. It's about this couple who, the week before their marriage, their kind of relationship goes off the rails. A bombshell is dropped. People have been waiting to see Zendaya in a wedding gown. This is that moment, okay? Because folks are wondering, is she married, she's not married? You will see her in a gown in this movie, but also Robert Pattinson. We've not seen him in a lead romantic role in like over 10 years, and those Twilight fans are really excited. But it's from A24, and they know drama like no one else.
Is it? What is it? Have you seen it?
No, it's so good. It's so
great?
good. It's really good. And to me, it's great to see what 29-year-old love stories are like, you know? So it's like one for the new generation.
Fun. Okay, let's talk about Olivia Munn is back in one of our favorite shows, Your Friends and Neighbors. Season 2 starts this weekend.
I am so excited for this. I've been waiting for so many cliffhangers to be kind of realized, but it has John Hamm, who's back, Amanda Peet, Olivia, as you mentioned, but a new neighbor is on the block, James Marsden, who's kind of nosy and trying to unfold Coop's, plans. But for folks that don't know, it follows this hedge fund banker who loses his job and decides to turn to a life of crime and become the neighborhood klepto, in this rich suburban area. So now it's just him doubling down on that, but James Marsden, hopefully, possibly, being that nosy neighbor.
I like it.
Olivia told us the other day he's kind of a great Gatsby figure on this show, the Marsden character.
Yes, he's great.
All right, let's talk about this documentary that's got people talking.
Yeah, so it's called the AI Doc, or How I Became an Optimist. It's a very weird word. In theaters now, but about a father, documentary filmmaker Daniel Roher, who's soon to be dad, and basically he's worried about the future of this country and this world with AI. So he interviews and investigates the future of AI and gets folks like Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, also the CEO of Anthropic and Google DeepMind, to really talk to him about what this future holds with AI.
Does it bring a hopeful conclusion?
Yes. It's hopeful, but it's scary at times. It's where we are right now. background is from the team behind Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh,
which is kind of ironic because that's where AI is. It is everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All right, it's a big basketball week, and I know it's going to be
Big.
on your house.
Oh, my God.
Let's go, Texas.
Let's go. I mean, there's still people talking about this moment with Braylon Mullins, that buzzer beater that happened last Sunday. But now we have the women, the Final Four, happening this weekend in Phoenix. So you have South Carolina versus UConn, Texas versus UCLA, the national championship Sunday on ABC, and then the men tomorrow night on TBS, Illinois versus UConn, and then Michigan versus Arizona State, and the national championship happening on Monday. It's going to be huge.
I mean, a lot of basketball watching.
The women's, you got the 4 best teams by far. It's going to be a great Final Four.
And UConn
then
having
coming
a
off
moment.
that shot from UConn, there's such electricity around the tournament.
Yes.
My parents went to Illinois,
Yes.
so I have to say ILL. Sorry to root
That's who you're
UConn.
going for? That's who you're going for?
Okay. Going for the Illini. Yeah.
right.
Go.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Thank you so much, honey.
Thanks, Chris.
Coming up, a book club that's turning the page on tradition and making a big difference.
Their beautiful story right after this.
It is no secret the books hold an important place in my heart. So when I heard about a book club that is using their time together to give back, I knew they deserved something special.
And thanks to our sponsor, MSC Cruises, they got quite the surprise. Take a look.
Hey, you guys!
This group of women are rewriting the narrative of being part of a book club.
When everybody's together, it can be fun. It's loud. We all love to talk. Some nights we'll end at 9. Sometimes I'm kicking people out of my house at 11 o'clock.
We leave the husbands and children there at home, and we just let our hair down, and we have fun.
Sue is the organizer. Sue is kind of the glue that keeps us together.
Joan is a close friend of mine. Joan and I share a love of cats.
Meg is the photographer. She tells us how to pose to look, thin and pretty.
Mary is the reason why we are a book club with a purpose and the reason behind us doing service projects every month.
The club members live in a close-knit community outside of Atlanta.
Hey, Meg. Hey, Sue.
And they're more than just neighbors and book club members.
Come on by tonight.
They're part of a cherished sisterhood.
We go on hikes together. We go out to dinner. We're in wine club together. There's so many things that we do that really enrich our friendships.
It's like pretty tonight.
Every month, one member hosts. They gather for dinner, discuss their latest book selection,
When I read this book, I just grew an appreciation for her.
and then they get to work.
My bag is done. We wanted to be able to do something to make a difference.
They take on a charitable project designed to give back to their community and call themselves Book Club with a Purpose.
I believe our first project was Joan's cat rescue. So we provided food and bedding.
I picked Operation Gratitude to write letters to veterans and first responders.
We have collected canned goods for food pantries.
And while their impact is clear, the group says the experience has changed them too.
I think volunteering for others bonds a group together because you're doing something for someone other than yourself.
It is like a little family. This group of ladies feeds my soul. What we do feeds my soul.
I've never felt the closeness and love and genuine concern for other people that I've felt in this book club.
I'm gonna get emotional. As a member of the book club, I feel very fortunate to know all of these women and to do what we do. I value the work that we do together and that we come together every month with a purpose, not only to enjoy our love of books and our love of reading and telling stories, but just doing good deeds for others because we can and we love to do it.
To honor Book Club with a Purpose, I sent a special surprise to their latest gathering. Hey everyone, it's me, Jenna.
Oh my
I have
God!
a little surprise for y'all. MSC Cruises is sending your entire book club on a 7-night Caribbean getaway aboard the MSC Seascape, departing from Galveston, Texas, and stopping at Costa Maya, Cozumel, and more. Congratulations, and have fun.
Jenna said our book club name on TV.
Like she knows who we are.
Like she knows us. She does know us.
I cannot wait to tell my husband that he is not going.
And And with that, the members of Book Club with a Purpose set sail on the high seas.
I'm gonna cry. This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, this is the Nook.
They even stopped by the Read with Jenna Book Nook on board. Oh my gosh, it looks like they had an amazing time. Well-deserved. Congratulations to all the members of Book Club with a Purpose.
Love that. Looks like a blast, and we'll be right back.
Willie, thank you so much for spending the week with us.
I love being with you and your amazing team. Thank you, guys.
We love it
Thanks
when
for
you're
having me.
here. Next week, y'all, actress Eva Longoria stops by, plus Bryan Cranston gives us a peek at Malcolm in the Middle reunion.
And NBA champion Lamar Odom opens up about his new documentary.
You guys have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Yeah.
You guys, thanks for watching.
I know. Come join us for all the fun every weekday on NBC.
Yeah, and don't forget to take us along when you're on the go.
Follow the Today with Jenna and Sheinelle podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.